Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a police chief here in the mountains speaks about his journey more than 2 years after being shot in the line of duty. And as the holidays near, officials are asking people to be aware of holiday theft.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:31 on November 16th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast and this morning on this Friday Eve. Brandon, it's going to be a great day.
It is going to be a great day, followed by a not so good Friday. But here's the thing. We need the rain. We desperately need the rain. So bring it on. You don't hear me say that very often, but bring it on because we need that, and there's more coming next week. So hopefully these forest fires will get knocked down pretty quickly, maybe even get knocked out. So again, UVA-wise this morning, 43, one of the coolers or one of the warmer spots in Southwest Virginia, but one of the cooler spots across the region. Beautiful look over campus this morning. Temperatures in Southwest Virginia, everybody else is in the 20s and 30s. Grundy's at 29, Clintwood's at 30, Jonesville's at 36, 32 in Irvin, also 36 in Manchester. Everybody else is in the 40s and 50s this morning. 50 Jackson and Jacksboro, 48 there in Harlan and Williamsburg to start your day off. Now we're looking at wind. Because here's the thing, we know that there is low relative humidity, which is basically the dryness in the air. But we're also watching for any type of wind because you got wind at 5 miles per hour at Moorhead, Jackson's at 3, Pikeville's at 3, Wise at 3. Any wind, if there's any fires burning in those areas, and there's still about 13 or 14 this morning, could push some of that across the area, especially since we haven't had any rain in several days. Now, 72 this afternoon. Overall, it's going to be a gorgeous day today, so get out there and enjoy it. Lots of sunshine. But then we see a cold front come through. That's going to knock us back a few degrees as we head toward the weekend. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. A Virginia man, James Buckland, was convicted of 5 charges stemming from the shooting incident involving the Norton City police chief more than 2 years ago. Now, after the verdict was handed down, Chief James Lane spoke with WYMT about the case. Lane says he wants his experience to be a learning lesson for every police agency.
For me, it's that, May the 7th of 21, was a day, of course, I'll never forget. I live it over every day of my life, but my goal is to focus on the positive that can be accomplished through training, through helping others.
Lane sustained several injuries from the shooting, injuries that more than 2 years later, he is still recovering from. A Lexington High School student is facing charges after police say they found a loaded gun in their backpack. It happened at Dunbar High School. Metal detectors helped police find the gun. Dunbar's principal sent a letter home to families assuring them that all students and staff were safe and praising the swift actions of FCPS police. But parents and guardians waiting to pick up their students were startled by the incident. One man's nephew is a freshman at Dunbar, and he says he's still worried.
I graduated Dunbar 2016, and I think they installed the detectors like a year or two afterwards. And yeah, it's pretty insane. I mean, I guess it becomes normalized for the kids going here, to grow up with it. But at what level do we have to, find a solution?
This is the second time this calendar year that a loaded gun was discovered at Dunbar after a similar incident in February. The holidays are a special time to spend with your loved ones, but they are also a time when the number of burglaries increase. With Christmas just a few weeks away, we're getting tips from police on how to protect your home. The most important step is securing any doors and windows in your home, including your garage door. Police say investing in high security locks and alarm systems is never a bad idea. It's also important to post warning signs and window decals on your property. Not only will this help deter criminals, but having surveillance video can also help police identify any burglars.
We get vehicle descriptions. We have the flock cameras that allow us to put that information inside their system, and we can try to identify a vehicle that way, and we have in the past, which is very beneficial.
Police say burglaries are often crimes of opportunity, so being proactive is one of the best ways to prevent theft. Pike County School District officials have confirmed a man arrested Monday and charged with rape has been a substitute teacher with the district for the last few years. 25-year-old Hunter Plimmel of Kemper was taken to the Pike County Detention Center by Kentucky State Police earlier this week. An arrest citation indicates the incident happened on a remote road near Sydney in June 2022. A preliminary hearing is set for next Tuesday. Staff at the Kentucky Attorney General's office announced a settlement with Walgreens. The settlement is worth $102 million and is tied to the opioid epidemic. The AG's office says the agreement resolves allegations that Walgreens engaged in unlawful business practices, which made the opioid epidemic worse. Officials say the $102 million will be paid to Kentucky during a 15-year period. Winter weather season is on its way, and experts say there are a few things you need to do with your car to best prepare yourself for the upcoming months. Ice, freezing rain, and snow are just some of the factors that can play into slick winter roads. In these scenarios, traction is key. Experts say checking your tires' tread before the first snow will be essential to maintain safety on the roads.
If you don't have proper air pressure in your tire, you're not going to have proper traction on the road. When you lose the air pressure, it doesn't come back when it warms up.
Tire pressure can decrease about 1 pound per square inch for every 10 degrees the temperature drops. It is not due to air escaping, but rather the air inside the tire condensing. Once it does that, it takes up less space inside the tire. A food truck was parked in Floyd County yesterday to raise funds for a group of first responders with a need. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was there to see the community biting into barbecue to support those who battled the blazes.
Two Big Pigs Barbecue is smoking up some support for some first responders who know all about fire.
This company is willing to donate a portion of their income to help support the fire departments, and the community has an opportunity to come out and support them also.
The Knott County food truck partnered with the Garrett Volunteer Fire Department Wednesday to bring in some funds to help the helpers.
If you think about it, if we went for the rescue squads, fire departments, it'd be a very dangerous place to live, especially right now with all the forest fires and all that around here.
Co-owner Kevin Huff says he and his wife are all about giving back. So when approached by Garrett's firefighters, they wanted to step up to the plate and fill it with pork.
We're a small business, so it helps us out. Plus, you know, the fire departments and other organizations, to me, has been in a strain the last couple years financially.
With a portion of the proceeds lending a hand to a department that has its arms around the community, from the Santa runs to the late night calls.
It's a voluntary fire department, but they still stay on alert, and if need be, a lot of them will leave the job to go for a house fire, an accident, or a forest fire, as far as that is, to protect the community. And they work tirelessly on this, and this fundraiser is going to help immensely.
Giving back to those who push forward. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The department is volunteer, so fundraisers like this keep them going. The business works with many different schools, organizations, and more. You can follow them on Facebook to find out where they will be parked next.
.640 on the money here this morning. We're looking at some cooler temperatures across parts of the region. We've got 35 in Manchester, 29 in Grundy, 30 in Clintwood, 32 in Irvine, going up to 50 Jackson and Jacksboro. So kind of a big swing out there this morning, but overall kind of a mild morning. The next few hours we're heading up into the low 70s by this afternoon. Lots of sunshine. That's going to help push us up today. And of course, as we look ahead, fire danger stays high. We've got low relative humidity, which means dry air. So we're going to continue to see that one more time. Rain chance to return tomorrow, and then more rain and cooler air possible as we head into Thanksgiving week. Olivia?
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:40. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Congress avoids a nationwide shutdown, greenlighting a temporary government funding package. But how long will this stopgap measure last?